Libra, this is Tara, and welcome to your mid-February 2017 Psychic Tarot Forecast. As you can see, I'm doing the spread a little bit differently this time, and next time I'll adjust my camera because the cards are barely fitting on here. I decided to do this 6-card spread, do something different. I did something different at the beginning of February as well, and it just feels good to be creative and get out of the routine. And really that's what this one numerological universal year is about. It's about stepping out of your the box that you keep yourself in or not, and letting your inner child come out, and letting your playfulness and your creativity and being able to be alone while doing that. I mean, you don't always have to be with people. I know that, I'm a Libra sun myself, so I get the enjoyment of company and partnership. But one is a year of standing alone, or being able to stand alone, still be creative, and still enjoy the company of others. So that's why I'm saying all this. If you want to know your personal numerological year, then add your month and day of birth to 1, and that will tell you that. And if you want a reading, then give me a shout. You can email me at themagicalmatrix@gmail.com. or go on my website, taraventura.com, and look for the orange button that says Order Reading, because I love to include tidbits of numerology within your tarot reading, or you can have them separately. But numerology tells me an awful lot about you, what time of life it is, what pinnacle you're in, which highway to go down, if you're trying to choose between options, or just what's best for you in general. Numerology is, again, an ancient science and art. So is tarot. So let's begin with your reading. And okay, Libra, so interesting variation here. I was looking at the spread, I shuffled and dealt the cards, and I was looking at the spread right before I turned the camera on. Excuse my nose, I have a little bit of a cold, so I'm trying to enunciate my words as much as possible, but I know that you will forgive me because it is that season. But you do have 2 major arcana cards in the first position and the last position as well. And it's interesting, most of the spreads have had at least 2, if not 3, and there's 22 out of 78, so that's pretty good odds that that you'll have them. I think one sign had 1 major arcana, but you do have 2, and they are in the first and the 6th position. The first card is the same as the Hanged Man. They call it the Oak King. And the Oak King is basically taking a pause or a break. He's thinking things out. He's planning. I want to say he's manipulating, but I don't feel like he's manipulating in a bad way. You can manipulate water to go down the sink the way you want it, or, manipulation doesn't always have to be a negative connotation. So I feel like, you're manipulating your future. You're creating. Look how he's drawing the figure 8 right there. That's about abundance and infinites. Is that a word? Infinity. It could be. I'll have to look it up and see. Infinites. Interesting. And so he has on his horns here, and he is the horned god, which is the same as the emperor in this particular card. He's in good shape. I mean, he's fit. So he has all of his vital needs, which is his body and his mind and his spirit and his emotions. But you know what? It feels like you guys, some of you are planning your future. This is how the start of the second part of February comes off, is that you're thinking about things more. You want to put things in motion for the next 6, 8, 12 months down the line, if not years. Let's see what I get out of this card, especially when I look in conjunction to the one beside it. By doing that, by planning your future and not jumping ahead, Here's the sun. Oh, actually, well, you guys, I apologize. You have 3 major arcana cards. I just said, no, you have 2. You have one in the first and the sixth position. We have one in the second. So 50% of your reading is major arcana, which means universal messages. And it's from the universe saying, we really want you to pay attention to. And this card is saying, we want you to know that the sun is going to come out. The sun is going to shine. Yes, there have been some thunderstorms, and there have been some volcanoes and tidal waves and ice storms. And it's like, no, but you've done a lot of hard work, and we acknowledge you for that. We acknowledge that you've put in a lot of time and effort. And have you gotten humanly acknowledged? Have you gotten paid for the effort you've put in for the last couple of years or more? Maybe not. Maybe sometimes, excuse me, at some points during the last couple of years you have. But all in all, I feel like some of you are thinking, well, I've really dug myself deep into my industry or into my work and to my family and to my relationships, and I need to see some light. And this card is saying you will, no worries. See how the light is shining on the thatched golden roof. The wagon is down because it's after a day or a harvest or a season of hard work. And so the sun is saying, don't worry. You've earned the right to see happiness. This card is not without working, and it's not like, you've been sitting around and you've been doing that. I mean, maybe some of you have, but I feel like a lot of you have been putting in a lot of effort, and this card indicates that we know that, and that there is sunshine and a hope and optimism to come from that. Because the next card is the Nine of Swords. Some of you feel like you've been up at night worrying, and okay, I just heard the word depressed. I'm not saying you are clinically depressed, but some of you, and I'm not trying to go into a negative spin here, but some of you may be feeling like you're a little bit down, maybe sleeping late or going to bed late or going to bed early. I don't, any of those things. Oops, sorry. I was holding this up too far. Or maybe some of you have, felt ill or sick. This could be, the same for this, or it could be for this card as well. She's holding the blanket up to her face. There's a little bit of feeling of grief, either physically, mentally, emotionally. It could also be that you've lost someone, but the 9 is about completion, and the light is coming in saying, well, have hope, have faith, we're here with you. But it feels to me like this card is coming in as a caution card for you guys, or at least saying we know the universe is, I feel like the universe is talking to you all, Libra, that we know that you've been sad at times, or we know that you haven't felt well, or that you stayed up at night worrying about your bills. And we want you to see that there is hope and that there is optimism, and that's coming in through this light. And I'm saying that especially because of the cards surrounding this particular one. Look at the left is the sun. What's diagonal to it is the Queen of Pentacles. So she's lovely. This is an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. The Queen, she is a manifester of money. Her body's in good shape. She feels good about where she is in life. There's the dove of peace. And then below is the Wheel of Fortune. So it may be that you've been worried, but when the Wheel of Fortune comes up, it's like the stars have aligned. The moon, the planets are all in your favor now. And sometimes it's out of our control, this Wheel of Fortune is, but it means a positive sign to come forward, even when we're least expecting it. So it could be, Libra, that by the end of February, and I keep getting March too, and I have for a lot of the readings. So if you're watching your moon and your rising, which I highly suggest, you'll hear me say that. I'm feeling like these cards, and maybe because there's 6 of them, I'm feeling this goes into the month of March as well. So there may be some news, some good news that comes up. There may be someone of an earth sign that wants to support you. Again, this is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. This is someone, and this can be a man or woman, who has manifested prosperity, who knows how to put projects in order, who's creative with their money, great guidance. They could be a mentor or advisor. This is the Queen, so she normally channels these types of qualities. The King has mastered it. The Queen sort of channels it. So she's sort of an essence of prosperity, hope, abundance, peace, generosity. She's generous. So it may be that you're working with someone who's very generous and loving and a guide to you. So that's why I say with this card of, looks like weepiness and, unhappiness, you have 3 very positive cards under, beside, and touching the corners here. So the only card I haven't talked about is the 7 of Swords. And the 7 of Swords talks to me about needing to plan. The 7 is always in numerology being shrewd, being analytical. The 7 can talk about our intuition because 7 life paths are very intuitive. They seek the mystical, the mysteries of life. So as you look at this guy, he has come out of the forest from a hunt, as you can see here. He has all of his 7 swords. He's walking back into his house and he's greeting his spouse, or his spouse is there to greet him. But he's looking back at the forest and it feels like he's thinking, wow, that was a big achievement. I had to plan that well. I had to put all my best laid plans in action in order to come out and off with this nice catch here. I mean, whether you're a hunter or not. Normally this card in traditional tarot, the artwork looks like someone who is carrying, I want to say 5 swords and leaving the other 2 behind. So he sort of looks like a thief in the night. And it can mean a thief or someone who is up to I wouldn't say no good, but someone who feels like they're getting away with something. And I feel like in a way that being shrewd will help you and enable you to move forward. It's not a bad thing. It's your thinking. It's about your thinking, the swords are. So sometimes we need to be shrewd, and you've taken the time out to be able to plan, and that's what the 7 is about, your thinking. I've said that like 5 times, but it is. Your thoughts. Sometimes it's about our fears too. So how can you overcome your fears and get to this beautiful wheel of fortune? Well, it could be just through faith and having trust that the universe is on your side. Because to me, in this deck or in this spread, I look at this and I don't see any real, like, okay, movement, like you all need to do this or you need to move forward quickly. I'm not getting that. I'm getting that you're planning and the universe is there for you, especially here at the end of the reading. There's the ebbs and tides of life, and the Wheel of Fortune said, okay, it's your turn, Libra. And you're not the only sign that this card has come up for. This is like I'm probably, on the 8th, maybe the 8th. I'm doing a little bit out of order this time, but this has come up maybe 2 other signs. So this could be a universal message to some people that you don't need to push so hard. I took a deep breath when I said that. It's not always about pushing and working, toiling harder, harder, harder. Sometimes it's allowing and receiving, right? And this isn't a preaching, so I don't want to do that because we know that, but sometimes we need to be reminded. All right, is there anything else I see before I pull a couple of these cards? This one wants to come out on top, so we're going to let it. The Five of Pentacles. Okay, well, some of you have been worried about your finances for sure. So, and it's sort of facing this card, going in that direction a little bit. And maybe you've had to really figure out how you're going to pay certain bills. So that could be what this card is about. You know, I talked about that earlier, is the worries of staying up at night. Have you been acknowledged and have you been paid for your services? Well, maybe not, and you've had to get help and support, or you've had to support yourself through this. The next card would be the Six of Pentacles, which is about harmony. You hear the sirens? There's help for you, Libra. There's help. Okay. So then the Two of Cups comes up, and this is about a committed partnership. This isn't the Lover's card, but it is about another person that's very much like-minded. And I feel like this Earth sign could be that card. So some of you might be partnering up with someone. You know, I was talking about doing things on your own. Of course, this is the year to stand tall, own your creative juices. But again, you may have a mentor, or you may want to talk to someone about your plans. They may support you. This could be about love. It could be. I also, when I looked back at this card, I was looking up at the camera, but I looked back at it. Something made me think of medical. So if this has been about illness, it could be that, you know, some of you get help through, you know, a doctor, holistic practitioner, chiropractic, and I feel like I've said this before to you all, but this just reminded me of the medical sign, right? And this two heads coming together and shining light down. And this wonderful sort of tiger-like with a lion essence with wings. Tiger lion essence with wings. But there's blessings on this union. There's blessings to come. So I feel like there's help if it has been you've not been feeling well. Well, the Emperor card, okay, that's the archetypal father figure. He's very much authoritative. It could be a boss. It could be your father. It could be someone that feels like a father who you go to, or someone who you highly respect. And you have some personal and or business decisions and questions, and you highly respect this person. They can be there for you. You know, a lot of times this card indicates someone that's in spirit too. So it could be that you have a father or grandfather that's passed, or an archangel that you look up to that helps guide you. Then the King of Pentacles. Okay, so you guys are there's some authority and some people to look up to here in this deck. Okay, I'm saying that because you have the Queen and the King of Pentacles. This is, excuse me, one deck, and this is another. Same colors, the purple and the gold. As you can see, she has on purple. Here's the gold, and he does too. Then you have the Emperor, and this felt like support. And felt like you got support here. So I do feel like for some of you, and this may be towards the end of February and into March, that I think some people may come out of the woodworks and, acknowledge you. And you may be very surprised about it. Remember, I talked about this. Sorry, excuse me, my nose. So this is the King of Pentacles. So this could be another earth sign. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Could be the essence of this person as well. This person has mastered, or you feel like they've mastered how to make money, or that you feel like that they could give you good advice. Interesting, the King and the Queen have come out. I'm going to pull one more card just because I want to. And the Fool card comes up. Okay. Well, he's the first of the major arcana cards, 0, but it is the first card. And the Fool has to do with having that naive approach. The Fool is on a journey. He doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't know how it's going to work out, but he wants to be adventurous and playful, and he has very little in his knapsack. I mean, it looks like it could hold what? A brush, toothpaste, toothbrush, maybe something else. It doesn't look like it could hold a hairdryer. So women, if you need a hairdryer, go to a hotel. So it might be too, this is another major arcana card, and this one is as well. You are getting some for clarification and the original cards. It might be looking at your playfulness, your creativity. When you were a child, you never really had a goal. There was never really, well, I've got to be there at, 6 o'clock. Kids don't think like that. Parents do. Schools do. But kids just like to be in the present moment. So I think that's what I'm offering up to you guys, is to be in the present. And that you can find joy in that moment and peace. Okay. All right, so I'm going to add these cards up numerologically, because the Fool, he goes along his merry way. And again, he doesn't know what the outcome is. And sometimes we think so hard of how is this going to happen. If we do have a dream, how is this going to happen? Well, you know what? We don't know how. The universe can put divine people in our face, and it's like we meet someone unexpectedly, or a circumstance comes up unexpectedly, and it changes the direction of our life. So be open, I guess, is what I'm feeling. All right, I'm going to add up the cards. 12 and 19 is what? 31. And 9 is 47, 48, 58. We'll do that again just to make sure. We'll go backwards. That was what, 58? Okay. 10, 11, 7 is 18, and 9 is 27. 27 and 19 is 46. Ah, that's wrong. Sorry, I'm going to go with the first time. Sorry about that, you guys. Sorry. 31, 47, 48, 58. It probably would have worked out, but I just... it's too confusing that way. 5 and 8 is 13, and 1 and 3 is 4. So, 4 in numerology is about feeling structure. It's about feeling hope and feeling grounded and not being in the headspace so much. So enjoying the nature. There's a lot of nature cards around here. If you look at these cards, they're kind of busy with trees, right? Trees, trees, trees. So a lot of nature. So I feel like if you take some time out, then you can, enjoy the birds. There's 1, 2, 3 birds, at least. No, 4. There's one around here too. 5. Well, it looks like he's been hunting for birds. So enjoy nature. I'm not trying to be silly here. I really do mean it. Enjoy nature. Enjoy the outdoors. Be grounded, or get grounded. Okay, and then the major arcana card, sorry about that, you guys. The major arcana card, number 4, is the Horned God. And that came up a minute ago with the Emperor card. So the Emperor is the same as the Horned God. So this is a father figure, archetypal father figure, spirit guide that's with you. So just know that that essence is there for you at any time. And just call upon them. Okay? All right, Libra, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your watching, and make sure to subscribe. If you'd like that personal private reading, you can reach me at themagicalmatrix@gmail.com. That's my email. I'm trying to pronounce my words. Or you can reach me via website at taraventura.com and click on the orange button that says order a reading. I wish you all the best. I wish you peace. I wish you harmony. I wish you well-being, confidence, creativity, and not to push too much, because I think that the not pushing is taking some time out, feeling the sun. Good things will come up for you. All right. Thank you, Libra. You all take care, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.